What are
Yeah.
your expectations of Deadpool 2? And do you think that Marvel is under big pressure to deliver on this one? Because if they don't deliver on this one, even though it feels like kind of hard to miss with this one, but
Yeah.
what does it mean if they can't deliver on Deadpool and Wolverine? Talk to me.
You know, you know what, bro? I just feel like that Disney Marvel train is just gonna keep on rolling no matter what. So I want to say, like, I think for the fan base, they want to put pressure on that, but they just keep rolling them out no matter what. So
Hmm.
it's kind of hard to say that there is a lot of pressure on them, but for me as a fan, I've tried to hold on as long as I could, and I try to like say, "Oh yeah, like we're gonna make it back. We're gonna, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one. Like it's gonna save them." It's
Like
just,
Thor, Love and
I,
Thunder.
dude, Thor: Love and Thunder, the Marvels, Ant-Man, obviously. Oh my
Yeah, Ant
God,
Man. That one was a big hype one, dude. I was incredibly hyped for Ant
I don't
Man.
know, I don't know what happened, man. I think it's just like I think I've told you a couple times, it's just so hard to keep up with who's a variant of what world and this and that. And maybe I'm just a sucky fan, but sometimes it's kind of like, well, can we just get someone that's just from their own world? I don't
Hmm.
know. Like, why does it have to be a variant of a variant in this movie and in that movie? But um I don't want to speak for all the fans, but for myself, I do see it as a like, hey man, can you guys like just make something that's good again? And then I'll probably start coming back to, you know, supporting it as much as I used to, because it just feels like they're okay with just telling okay stories and not really making um, the storytelling an important part of their movies, and then also just making the movies look good again. I don't know why I mean, obviously technology moves forward and stuff, but I feel like some of their worlds just feel so flat. Everything's so green screen. Like, why can't we get more practical stuff like in these movies? Like, everything in that Ant-Man movie was like so CGI'd, and it was so obvious that there was nothing real going on. Lighting isn't interesting. The worlds just seem flat. Like there's nothing of interest
Mm.
there, you know?
Well,
And
the only interesting part of that movie was just the introduction of Kang, which was probably the best
yeah,
part of the movie. Just
yeah.
Kang himself, and then we're not even gonna get that Kang anymore. That's the other thing.
Oh man.
That's the
Yeah,
worst.
that's
That's another thing, dude.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But
That's a
yeah, bro,
shame.
I don't see this as being a miss. I feel like they'd have to work really hard to not make this a hit, because I just looked it up earlier that both the first Deadpool movies made like close to $800 million.
Oh damn.
So yeah, yeah. I looked it up. I was like, wait, because I remember Deadpool 2 like actually was pretty popping too, and close to $800 million. So I feel like it's easy, like in the bag, you know. But I don't know.
I mean,
I've actually not.
one thing is box office success. The other thing is
Yeah,
actually putting a good movie out. You know.
yeah. But like I said, I feel like for Marvel or Marvel and Disney, it's like, well, it's a box office, so it was a success, which is sad. But that's kind of what I feel on that end.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Are you on board already? Like, or
I mean, obviously, I'm on board. That's a opening night. That's a Thursday night pre showing kind of movie.
hmm
Um, I'll be open and honest. I'm I can't say I'm the biggest Deadpool fan in the world.
Yeah.
I enjoy the first two, but am I running to rewatch them all the time? No, and I'm sure they do have I mean, have I rewatched them? Yes, they do. They have rewatchability, yes, because they're fun, and Ryan Reynolds is like literally the perfect guy.
Yeah.
There's no other guy who would be Deadpool.
He was born for that role. Yeah.
Yeah, he really was. Um, Aside for the Green Lantern, I mean, I think that was his best role.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Anyway, I'm just kidding. But am I on board? Yes. I think this movie is going to be a full blown multiverse movie.
Yeah.
I from what I'm understanding, what I'm kind of speculating. This is full speculation. I literally have no idea. Is that this Wolverine is like a variant? That's what I'm gonna speculate. Because we saw our Wolverine already die. In just an incredible movie. In his finale, Logan. But
Yeah.
I think you said it right. I think it's going to be hard to miss on this one. I think it kind of feels like they're going to kind of do what Multiverse of Madness like kind of failed to do a little bit, which is like literally create a whole just multiversal just craziness. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and they're kind of already showing that with, the Ant-Man head and, all the little things that they've already kind of
A
showed. But,
gigantic Ant-Man head.
yeah, gigantic Ant-Man head. I'm excited about it, man. I'll just say that. I'm hyped about it. But God, Marvel, if you mess this one up, dude, if you mess this one up, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Because, again, let's look at Thor Love and Thunder, which kind of feels like a similar tone, even. Because what?
Yeah.
Deadpool's so quirky. Thor just, they quadrupled and tripled down on the quirkiness and the comicalness that it watered down the movie. So, I mean, there is a chance it could not work. I mean,
Yeah.
and you might think, oh well, they're bringing back Hugh Jackman. Well, yeah, but dude, they freaking got Christian Bale in Thor: Love and Thunder, and it disappointed. You know what I mean? So, Marvel, you just better not miss with this one, man. You just better not miss, because I'm gonna lose faith. I'm gonna lose faith in you. I'm just gonna think you're old and washed at this point, Marvel.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
If you cannot nail this one.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm kind of on the fence with Marvel movies at this point, and they kind of need to win me back. Honestly, like I don't mean that like as an offense or anything. Like, oh, I'm so above the Marvel movies, but after we had this conversation earlier about films and like watching better movies with good stories, like it's not enough to just show me a huge spectacle or whatever, or just because I get to see like
your favorite
20 different characters, that I saw in the movies. Obviously, the fan service does work. I mean, it worked for me for No Way Home, but it can take you up to a certain point, and then you just got to deliver some good stuff, because if we are opening up the world to Fantastic Four, X-Men movies in the future, like I want like a good Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. Like I want this new iteration of Spider-Man to like actually feel different than the one that we've been given so far. Not that he's bad, but I feel like he just needs to get to another level as well as a character. So they got to win me back, man. They got to win me back.
I think I got like a toe out the door. I mean, I wouldn't say I got a whole foot out the door.
Yeah.
But I think I do have a toe out the door. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man, there's been projects that I just haven't felt the need to tune in.
Agatha.
Dude, like I'm not gonna watch that. Like, who asked for that?
Yeah,
I didn't watch
I don't
that.
know.
I didn't watch the Marvels. Actually, I tried
Yeah,
it. I put it on. I put it on for my 5-year-old daughter. And 20 minutes in, she's like, "Dad, I want to watch something else." She wasn't even interested in it.
yeah.
And she likes these types of movies, like to watch them with me. I didn't watch that.
Hmm.
Dude, I don't even know if the Echo show did that even come out already. I think it did, right?
Yeah, it came
Long
out,
time
right?
ago already, right? It's been out for a while, maybe. I don't even know. That's my point, though. That's my point because
Hmm.
a few years ago, dude, it's like I need to know when everything drops. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I feel like it's just the TV shows have made it so hard for me to keep up with everything, and like, I got a life too. I don't just
hmm
live, breathe every freaking
MCU
TV show out
project,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I hear you on that, man. I hear you. But I gotta toe out the door. But I'm still gonna have faith. I'm sure this one's gonna reel me back in. That's
Yeah.
those are the
Gonna reel you in
expectations.
like that popcorn bucket.
Oh man, I'm not a
uh,
you, I'm a popcorn bucket guy.
you
When we
are. You
go,
are.
I like to collect the tins. I like to collect the popcorn buckets, and I got my own little collection there. But that one's I don't know, man. I mean, I get it. It's a little Deadpool theme and Deadpool quirkiness, but that's what I'm afraid of with this movie, man. That's the part that scares me, is that popcorn bucket is just a reflection of how quirky and idiotic this movie could possibly be. I mean,
But
the
dude, what
action
do you?
does
I
look
mean,
amazing, but it's
yeah,
Deadpool. But it's
yeah.
Deadpool. I get it. I get it. I get it.
He's different, man. I don't know. I think he was just meant to be this way, and we already know what to expect from him. Like for Thor, it was different because I feel like Thor started so serious, so like in that tone, like, oh, I am the god of thunder. I will smite thee, or spite
hmm
thee, whatever the heck. And then he completely started changing, especially in Ragnarok. And so then they were like, oh well, this is what everybody wants, but they didn't understand that they still wanted some part of it to be serious. I feel like Deadpool from the beginning was just like breaking the fourth wall, looking in the camera, talking to you the whole time, like, hey, I'm about to, kill these dudes that are coming through right here.
That's
It was
true.
always like
It's
that
literally how it
way from the
started too.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that first trailer that we saw, I was like, oh damn, this is cool. Like it's different. And he's
hmm
he's always been that way, so it's kind of like expected,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
So
right.
he didn't really have like a
Here.
huge tone shift from like 1 to 2. It's like you're getting
Yeah. It's
more of
been
the
the
same,
same.
but
Been the same.
now within a universe. And what I kind of like is that he's making fun of the universe itself because it's kind of like all over the effing place. And he's all in that trailer. He's like telling
hmm
Feige won't allow us to
Yeah.
do
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
like
You're right.
the coke,
Yeah.
and it's
Or
funny because it's like
Paul Rudd finally aged. When he
yeah,
says that, yeah, that's pretty funny.
uh-huh. So he like, I don't know, it's like he's one of us in a way, he's like a fan of the world that he's playing a part in. So I feel like that's what makes Deadpool like almost like, I feel like it's a lock for it to succeed,
It's got to be a lock.
honestly.
Minus, this is DGen nerd here, so it's a minus 1,000 to be a banger, which is pretty. That's a lock. It's got to be a lock,
That sounds
right?
like a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lock. Bet the house on it. Hopefully, right? It all works
Yeah.
out. But yeah, man, I do have high hopes that it's going to reel us in and it's going to launch us in the right direction to back to the glory days, man, where everything was
Mm-hmm.
just a banger and you just couldn't wait, and you had
Yeah.
to sit through the credits to watch the post credit scenes, to see what's next. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
I can't
I
wait to
think I'm
see it.
down for them to do some grounded films as well. Like I saw a take from on TikTok. They're called the Raiders of the Lost Art podcast.
I follow them.
Yeah, they're awesome. But they were talking about how this Blade movie's budget just went lower, um, like down to like 100 mil or less, but that they like that idea because it gives them an opportunity to kind of focus more on like, all right, well, let's focus on the character Blade. Let's make a grounded Blade movie. And he's like, you know what, honestly, it wouldn't be so bad to have like movies that aren't even really connected to all of the other characters. You know, if they're just in their own worlds, like how the Batman with Robert Pattinson just exists in its own world.
Mm-hmm.
But it was awesome. It was incredible. It was probably one of the best Batman movies out there, if not like right there, top 3. You know. Then I was like, you know what? That wouldn't be the worst thing for Marvel to do. Like to have some of their movies not be so intertwined. But I don't know. We'll see how that pans out.
Alrighty, man. Well, let's kind of put a bow on here to our first episode of Nerd Talk with these two movie buffs. We'll figure out we're gonna figure out our exact name here. I don't know. You throw some ideas at me. I know Movie Buffs was kind of the original one from years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But this is gonna be start of something special here. We're gonna work on getting an episode a week, like a weekly. What do you think about that? Think we can make that work?
Yeah, sounds great, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty, man.
We gotta work on our timing.
Yeah. It's the first one, man. We're gonna have hiccups. We're gonna have technical difficulties like we did. We had a light fall and we had audio issues. But we're gonna make
all
it all
good
work,
things
man.
have a beginning, man. Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Dude, Thor had blonde eyebrows in part 1, but they learned from that and they fixed that up. So, But my name is Ricardo, DJ Nerd, and that's Alan V Photos. And until next time.
All right. Peace.